Hello boys and girls, today we're going to be practicing both our addition and subtraction with three-digit numbers. Remember, you got to watch for the signs, and of course if you're adding you need to have a larger number when you're done, and you're subtracting you'll have a smaller number when you're done. Today's review of addition and subtraction asks us to loop. You know, when they say loop, it just means to circle, and so we're going to be taking a look at that so that we are really focused on it. So realistically, I want to look at this right here. What is it? It's subtraction. So I'm going to be thinking about this. Then I'm going to be thinking about if I need any ungrouping done. So I look here. Yes, I will need to ungroup to get more tens. Check. If I look here, yes, I will need to ungroup to get more tens. Then I can go in and make my ungrouping. So I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to ungroup. And of course, once I've done all of my ungrouping in both places, I can then do my subtraction. So 12 minus 5 is 7. 15 minus 9 is 6. And 6 minus 3 is 3. What I'd like you to do is to go ahead and practice numbers 2, number 3, and number 4 in your practice book. Pause the video. When you're done, come back and see how you did. Be careful. Go ahead and circle that sign so you remember exactly what you need to do. Once you've finished, come back and check your work. All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Let's take a look at how you did. For number 2, you should have noticed there's an addition sign, so we're not going to worry about anything for ungrouping because we don't do that in addition. As you take a look, you of course are going to have a new 10, a new 100, so I've checked off each box. I knew I was going to get a new 10 right away because when 5 and 7 go together, I know it's more than 10 because 5 plus 5 is 10. I also knew that all I needed is one more to add to 9. That would give me a new 100. When you add totally, you get 762. For number 3, you should have noticed that this is a subtraction. So we're not going to worry about making any new anything because we might need to ungroup in a subtraction like this one. And we didn't need to do any ungrouping to get more 1s because there was enough. But we did need to ungroup to get more 10s. Once you ungrouped the 2 in the hundreds, you'd be left with 1 100 left and 18 10s. When you do subtraction, you get 94. We don't put a 0 in front, so our total of our answer would be 94 here. And finally, in our fourth one, you should have noticed it's addition. So again, we got to take a look. Where might we make new groups? 7, I know all I need is 3 to get one new 10. So I know I make a new 10. But when I get to the 10s, even before I add the 1s, the one at the top, it doesn't look very big because 3 and 2 wouldn't even come close to 10. So I only made one new 10. When I finished my addition, it was 761. For your next part of your practice, I want you to go ahead and decide whether to add or subtract, looking at those signs carefully. Then it says to draw a math mountain. I'm going to say only if you really need to. That's up to you. But I do want you to do this next part. We've done it before. Check your answer by using the opposite operation. So if you're subtracting, once you find your answer, you're going to add. If you're adding, you're going to subtract. Let's do a couple together to figure it out. So if I start with this one, I'm subtracting. So 2 minus 1, I can do that. No ungrouping needed. 3 minus 8, I do need to ungroup to get more 10s. I'll ungroup 1 of the hundreds, leaving 4 left. And I will then take 10 10s and the 3 10s, making a total of 13 10s. 13 minus 8 is 5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So how do I check it? Here's what I do. 351, and I write down the next number, 181. I'm going up now, so I'm going to add. I'm doing the opposite of what's over here. I'm not just going to add every time. I'm subtracting, so this time I'm adding. So let me change my pen color. 1 plus 1 is 2. 5 plus 8 is 13, leaving me one new 100. 1 plus 3 is 4, and one more is 5. 532. That is the number I started with, so I know I subtracted correctly. Well, let's go over to this one. This one is addition. Okay, well, let me add that. Starting at the ones, 2 plus 1 is 3. No new 10s. Moving to the 10s, 3 plus 8 is 11. I do get one new 100. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 1 more is 7. How do I check this? Well, I'm going to start with my number 713. Go to my next number, 181. I'm going to do the opposite of this. I added, so the opposite would be subtracting. Keep in mind, boys and girls, that means I need to think about any time I need to ungroup. Well, let me see. 3 minus 1, no ungrouping needed. I get 2. 1, I can't subtract 8. I will need to ungroup 100, making the 700s into 600s. The 110, adding 10 to it, making 11 tens. 11 minus 8 is 3, and 6 minus 1 is 5. I got an answer of 532. The number I started with was 532, telling me I added correctly. I'd like you to do that same kind of math, focusing on those symbols, either adding or subtracting. Once you find your answer, create your check equation. See if you can find out if you did it right. So I'm circling number 7, 8, 9, and 10. After you've finished your work, please show a parent and then go on to the form to show me what you've learned today.